Mustang, the bright new shape of total performance. The car everyone went wild for overnight. Mustang takes to your kind of action with all the V8 friskiness you can order. When you say move, it moves. You're in charge all the way. Mustang tracks sure-footed up to the high country and out to the far horizon. This is the new sports car spirit. A new breed of liveliness. The most exciting new car in a generation. The four-seater that moves away from everything else on the road. Discover all the thunder you can get at an unexpected low price. Mustang at your Ford dealers now.
A few years back, Ford savvied a need for a bold new breed of four-wheel steed, a car to stand out from the rest of the gang, a car born to fame, the Ford Mustang.
Mustang, with a rakish new grille for 66, a spirited look, the high-spirited performance of an optional four-speed transmission, a bold 289 cubic inch V8. For 66 details that won't stop, and front disc brakes built to do just that. Inside, a sporty competition-type steering wheel, 5-dial instrument cluster, optional pleated door panels, and 2 vinyl bucket seats. Mustang 1966. In your choice of 2+2, hardtop or convertible. Put your brand on a Mustang at your Ford dealers now.
Mustang 66.
I was 8 years old when I saw it. The car that changed everything. My dad had taken me and my little sister to a local car show on a hot summer afternoon. Rows of polished classics lined the parking lot, their chrome bumpers gleaming in the sun. The air smelled like gasoline, grilled hot dogs, and tire rubber. But none of that mattered once I saw the car. It was a 1965 Mustang, painted in deep candy apple red. The black racing stripes stretched over the hood, and the iconic galloping horse emblem sat proudly in the grille. It looked like something straight out of a movie, powerful, sleek, and perfect. I stood there, mesmerized, until an old man with oil-stained hands and a Ford logo on his hat chuckled. "She got your attention, huh?" he said, tossing a polishing rag over his shoulder. I nodded, still speechless. My dad laughed. "I think you just found his favorite car." The man grinned and leaned down. "Go ahead, kid. Take a seat." I couldn't believe it. Climbing into that Mustang felt like stepping into another world. The black leather seats creaked under me. The massive steering wheel felt heavy in my small hands, and the cluster of round gauges stared back like eyes watching the road ahead. I imagined what it must have been like to drive this thing in its heyday. Blasting down empty roads, wind in your hair, V8 roaring like a wild animal. From that moment on, I was hooked. I begged my dad to buy me every car magazine, every Hot Wheels Mustang I could find. I learned everything I could about engines, horsepower, and the history of the Mustang. That day at the car show, sitting in that 65, I didn't just fall in love with a car, I fell in love with cars forever.
In the early 1960s, Ford recognized a growing demand for a stylish, affordable sports car. Lee Iacocca, then vice president and general manager, championed the idea of a car that combined performance with mass appeal. The result was the Mustang, introduced on April 17, 1964, at the New York World's Fair. The Mustang's sleek design, long hood, and short rear deck captured the imagination of American drivers, making it an instant sensation. Ford's gamble paid off beyond expectations. On its first day, over 22,000 Mustangs were sold. By the end of the first year, more than 400,000 had hit the streets. Advertised as a car designed to be designed by you, it offered numerous customization options, from 6-cylinder economy to high-performance V8 power. The Mustang quickly became a cultural icon, appearing in movies, TV shows, and the driveways of young Americans eager for speed and style. The first-generation Mustang, produced from 1964 to 1973, saw several design and performance updates. In 1965, Ford introduced the GT package, featuring a V8 engine, fog lights, and sporty handling upgrades. By 1967, the Mustang grew slightly in size to accommodate bigger engines. This led to the famous 1968 Shelby GT500 KR, powered by a 428 Cobra Jet V8, cementing the Mustang's reputation as a true muscle car. As competition in the muscle car era intensified, the Mustang continued evolving. The 1969 model introduced the Mach 1, Boss 302, and Boss 429, each built for high performance. The aggressive styling, scooped hoods, and bold stripes made these Mustangs stand out. By 1971, the car had grown larger and heavier, adapting to changing safety and emissions regulations. Even as muscle cars faced decline, the Mustang remained an American favorite. By 1973, the first-generation Mustang was at the end of its era, giving way to the smaller, fuel-conscious Mustang II. But the legacy of the original Mustang never faded. It set the standard for pony cars, inspired countless imitators, and remains a cherished classic. From its groundbreaking debut to its high-performance variants, the first-generation Mustang defined a generation of American motoring, leaving behind an unforgettable legacy.
I still remember the rumble of that engine like it was yesterday. It was the spring of 1995, and I was standing on my parents' porch in my pale blue prom dress, nervously adjusting my corsage. Then I heard it. The deep, unmistakable growl of a V8 pulling up in the driveway. My date, Jake, had told me he was borrowing his dad's car for the night, but I had no idea what to expect. When I stepped outside, there it was. A 1972 Ford Mustang, painted metallic green with two bold white racing stripes down the middle. It looked like it had rolled straight out of a car magazine, low, wide, and powerful. The chrome gleamed under the porch light, and I swear I could feel the engine's low idle in my chest. Jake climbed out, grinning ear to ear, his tux just a little too big for him. "What do you think?" he asked, gesturing proudly to the car.
How does it feel like a Mustang too? How does it feel like a Mustang too? How does it feel like you're some kind of hero? Star Mustang too, Ford Zero.
MPG, Kia, Hardtop, 2+2, Stallion, and Cobra 2. The exciting Mustang 2s for $76 at your Ford dealer.
Star Mustang too, Ford Zero. How does it feel like a Mustang too? How does it feel like a Mustang too? How does it feel like you're some kind of hero? Star Mustang too.
The Cobra strikes again with 4-cylinder standard and optional V6 or V8, air dams fore and spoilers aft, a thoroughbred Cobra and the ultimate cure for boredom.
Star Mustang too.
The closer they look, the better you look.
Ford Mustang 2, named Car of the Year by Motor Trend magazine.
Look what they've done to our Mustang. They named it Car of the Year.
Mustang 2, the right car at the right time. Base sticker price for this two-door hardtop is just $28.95, excluding dealer prep, destination charges, title, and taxes.
See your local Ford dealer. He's 6 car dealers in one.
In 1974, Ford introduced the second-generation Mustang, known as the Mustang II. This model was a complete departure from the original, designed to be smaller, more fuel-efficient, and compliant with new safety and emissions regulations. With the oil crisis looming and muscle cars in decline, Ford aimed to make the Mustang more practical while retaining its sporty appeal. The Mustang II shared a platform with the Pinto, marking a shift toward a more compact and economical design. Despite its drastic downsizing, the Mustang II was an instant hit. It debuted just as American drivers sought fuel-efficient alternatives to gas-guzzling muscle cars. The new model sold over 385,000 units in its first year, earning Motor Trend's Car of the Year award. Available in coupe, hatchback, and luxury Ghia trims, it appealed to a wide audience. However, while stylish, early models lacked the power that Mustang enthusiasts had come to expect. Recognizing the demand for more power, Ford introduced the 2.8-liter V6 and later brought back the V8 in 1975. The most notable performance variant was the 1976 Cobra II, featuring racing stripes, a hood scoop, and a more aggressive stance. In 1978, the King Cobra arrived, boasting a 5.0-liter V8 and a bold Cobra decal on the hood. Though still not as powerful as earlier Mustangs, these models helped revive some of the Mustang's performance image. The Mustang II remained in production until 1978, laying the groundwork for the next generation. While it lacked the raw power of the late 60s models, it kept the Mustang alive during a difficult time for performance cars. By 1979, Ford was ready to reintroduce a larger, more capable Mustang, marking the end of the Mustang II. Though often debated among enthusiasts, this generation played a crucial role in preserving the Mustang name through the 1970s. Despite criticism for its Pinto-based platform and reduced horsepower, the Mustang II succeeded where many muscle cars failed. It survived. It adapted to changing times and proved that the Mustang could evolve while staying relevant. Today, the second-generation Mustang stands as a symbol of resilience, a bridge between the classic muscle era and the modern performance movement. Without it, the Mustang might not have lasted through the decade.
Got to get out, got to get away. Time to Mustang. It's a Mustang kind of day. Got to feeling in the right mood. Got the Mustang attitude. Now ready to unwind, get into a Mustang state of mind. Yeah, you can if you dream. You could be driving a Mustang. All together. Let the music play. It's time to Mustang. All right. Mustang attitude. Have you driven a Ford Mustang? It's a Mustang kind of day. Got to get out. Got to get away. It's time to Mustang. It's a Mustang kind of day. Got to feeling in the right mood. Got a Mustang attitude. Have you driven a Mustang?
Have you driven a Ford? When was the last time you had the kind of car that brings the road alive? Have you driven a Ford? Then you don't know what you're missing. Have you driven a Ford? Driven a Ford? Have you driven a Ford?
This is a Mustang LX that comes with reclining bucket seats. That comes with AM/FM stereo with premium sound. Comes with power steering, power brakes, power door locks. Comes with interval wipers, speed control, and styled road wheels. And it goes for less than $6,900. Mustang LX. Have you driven the best-built American cars? Have you driven a Ford lately?
It's time to Mustang. Nice car, price car, yeah. Ooh, nimble and quick. Mustang. Even got a Mustang that'll make you think it's 1965 all over again. Have you driven a Ford lately? It's time.
Now you're ready.
to put on your 1985 Ford Mustang.
Ooh, it's so hot. Mustang. It's so hot, 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 hot. Mustang.
Mustang, it looks so hot on you, others will want to try it on too. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Ford consultant Jackie Stewart talks about the four-cylinder turbo.
The four-cylinder turbo has staged a revolution. To find an 8-cylinder Grand Prix engine today, you almost have to come to a museum. As for road cars, like the Mustang SVO, the intercooled four-cylinder turbo can actually give 4 cylinders the power of 8, if you ask for it. The Mustang SVO is a big step forward.
Have you driven the best-built American cars? Have you driven a Ford lately?
When I was a kid, my Uncle Ray had the coolest car I had ever seen, a 1990 Ford Mustang LX 5.0. That thing was pure muscle, painted deep black with polished chrome wheels that caught the sunlight just right. Every time he pulled into our driveway, I'd drop whatever I was doing just to hear the sound of that V8 rumbling like distant thunder. Uncle Ray was a Mustang guy through and through. He'd pop the hood every chance he got, showing off the 5.0-liter engine like it was a trophy. "This right here," he'd say, patting the air intake, "is what real power looks like." I didn't understand much back then, but I knew one thing. I wanted to drive that car someday. One summer evening, after years of begging, he finally let me ride shotgun. We hit an open back road, and with a grin, he stomped on the gas. The Mustang surged forward, pressing me into the seat as the exhaust roared to life. I remember gripping the door handle, my heart racing, and Uncle Ray just laughing. "Feels good, doesn't it?" he said. It didn't just feel good, it felt alive. That 90 Mustang wasn't just a car, it was his pride and joy. He kept it spotless, tuned it religiously, and never let anyone else drive it. Even years later, when newer models came and went, he never got rid of it. "Too many memories in this one," he'd say. Now that I'm older, I get it. Some cars aren't just machines, they're part of who you are. And every time I hear the growl of a Fox body Mustang, I think of my uncle, that summer night, and the ride that made me love cars forever.
In 1979, Ford introduced the third-generation Mustang, built on the new Fox platform. This generation marked a major departure from previous models, featuring a sleeker, more aerodynamic design. Larger than the Mustang II, but lighter than the original, it blended performance with fuel efficiency. The Fox body Mustang would go on to become one of the longest-running Mustang generations, lasting an impressive 15 years and developing a devoted following. The early 1980s were a tough time for performance cars due to stricter emissions regulations. The Mustang's power output was modest, with base models using a 2.3-liter four-cylinder and optional 4.2-liter and 5.0-liter V8s. By 1982, Ford brought back the GT badge, reviving performance with a 157-horsepower 5.0-liter V8. Over the years, continuous refinements improved horsepower, handling, and overall driving dynamics, making the Fox body Mustang a favorite among enthusiasts. By the mid-1980s, the Mustang was regaining its muscle car reputation. The 5.0-liter V8, with fuel injection added in 1986, became a performance icon, offering 225 horsepower by 1987. This generation also saw the rise of the Mustang SVO, a turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder model that provided impressive performance with improved efficiency. With its lightweight design and strong aftermarket support, the Fox body became a go-to choice for street racers and modifiers. The late 1980s and early 90s solidified the Fox body Mustang's status as a performance legend. The GT and LX 5.0 models offered impressive acceleration, making them popular choices for drag racing and street performance. The Special Service Package, SSP Mustang, was even used by law enforcement, proving its speed and reliability. Despite competition from newer sports cars, the Fox body held its own and built a lasting legacy. By 1993, Ford was ready to retire the Fox body Mustang. The final year saw the release of the SVT Cobra, a high-performance model boasting a 235 horsepower V8 and improved suspension. though the third-generation Mustang was replaced by the more refined SN95 in 1994. It left an enduring mark on the automotive world. Affordable, lightweight, and highly customizable, the Fox body remains a beloved classic among Mustang fans.
If you build him, he will come.
2005 Ford Mustang. The legend lives. Ford, built for the road ahead.
Hey, Mom.
I am so happy you're home.
What's up, bro?
Man, welcome home.
You let him drive this?
Oh, he's a good driver.
So, Dad was, he wanted to be here.
It's all right. It's fine.
He's really happy, but he's just...
I know. His dad. Come on.
Say hi to your Uncle Kyle.
Congratulations, Mike. He's so big already. I wish I could have been there.
Hey, we're so proud of you.
What's up, Buzz?
Cleaning up already? Party just started.
I don't like things to get backed up. Your father will be back soon. He's running an errand for me.
What is it that you needed?
Kyle, he's so excited about you coming home.
I know. I'm just wondering what he'll say he was going out for this time.
Well, why don't you ask him yourself?
Hey, you're early. Actually, right on time. Welcome home, son. Thanks, Dad.
Your mother, always needing something.
Yeah, Dad. So, how's she running?
Still remember the day I got her. Heck, every guy in my squad came back from the war looking to get one of these. When I was over there, just the thought of it kept my mind off of things, I know how it can be. Coming home, that's...
Yeah.
I ever tell you I picked your mother up for our first date in this car?
Did I ever tell you I took Sarah Thompson out for our first date in this car?
You did no such thing.
Gave Mark $20 not to tell you.
I checked the mileage.
Every day, I know. That's why we just went 3 houses down. We just parked and listened to music. I didn't tell Sarah that was why, but I knew you'd be checking, so...
So, what do you say? Want to go for a real drive, a little farther this time?
You're finally going to let me drive your car?
Not mine. Yours.
You're kidding.
Almost as pretty as mine.
It's beautiful. I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything, son. I'm just glad you're home.
Yeah, Dad. Me too.
There's nothing like a Mustang, the open road, and the sound of the ocean in the background. I still think about that summer afternoon when my buddy Jake and I took his 2001 Ford Mustang GT for a ride down the coastal highway. The sun was shining, the waves crashing, and that 4.6-litre V8 was purring like it was born to be there. Jake had just bought the car, a sleek, laser-red coupe with black racing stripes. It wasn't brand new, but it was his, and man, was he proud of it. "Let's see what she can do," he said, tossing me the keys with a grin. I didn't need to be told twice. We took off down the highway, windows down, warm, salty air whipping through the cabin. The Mustang's exhaust note had this deep, satisfying growl every time I hit the gas. Nothing too wild. Just enough to remind me there was real muscle under the hood. The best part? There was this long, empty stretch of road that curved perfectly along the coastline. No traffic, just open asphalt and the endless blue horizon. I rolled through the gears, feeling the car respond like it was made for this kind of drive. The hum of the engine, the ocean breeze, the sun reflecting off the hood. It was one of those perfect moments you wish you could freeze in time. We pulled off at a scenic overlook, leaned against the car, and just took it all in. The Mustang cooling down, the sound of the waves rolling in, the smell of the ocean in the air. "Man," Jake said, shaking his head, "this is what life's about." He wasn't wrong. Some cars aren't just about getting from point A to point B. Some cars, like that 001 Mustang, make the journey the destination.
In 1994, Ford introduced the fourth-generation Mustang, marking the first major redesign in 15 years. Built on an updated version of the Fox platform, known as the SN95, the new Mustang featured a curvier, more modern design while retaining classic styling cues. It was a clear departure from the boxy Fox body era, offering improved aerodynamics, a refined interior, and enhanced performance. The Mustang was evolving for a new generation of drivers. The base model featured a 3.8-litre V6, producing 145 horsepower, while the GT came equipped with a 5.0-litre V8, making 215 horsepower. In 1996, Ford retired the 5.0-litre V8 in favor of the more modern 4.6-litre modular V8, delivering smoother power and improved efficiency. The Mustang was gaining back some of its performance credibility, with the GT and high-performance Cobra models leading the charge. The high-performance SVT Cobra made waves with its 305 horsepower, 4.6-litre DOHC V8 in 1996. By 1999, the Cobra received an independent rear suspension, a first for the Mustang, further enhancing handling. In 2003, Ford unleashed the Terminator Cobra, featuring a supercharged 4.6-liter V8, producing 390 horsepower. This model quickly became legendary, proving that the Mustang could compete with the best performance cars of the era. In 1999, Ford introduced the New Edge redesign, giving the Mustang a sharper, more aggressive look with crisper lines and improved aerodynamics. Performance also saw a boost, with the GT now making 260 horsepower. The fourth-generation Mustang continued to thrive, maintaining strong sales and a loyal fan base, even as competitors introduced newer models with advanced technology. By 2004, it was time for another major update. The SN95 Mustang had successfully carried the brand into the new millennium, keeping the pony car spirit alive. While some criticized its aging platform, it remained a popular choice for enthusiasts. With the upcoming 2005 redesign promising a retro-inspired look, the fourth-generation Mustang closed out its production run as a well-loved chapter in Mustang history.
My turn. Let's go. That is one nice ride you got there, kid.
You guys still gonna take me in?
Not yet.
Bold moves. They happen every day.
I've always been an American muscle car guy, and for me, the fifth-generation Mustang is one of the best to ever hit the road. It brought back everything that made the classic Mustangs great. Bold styling, big V8 power, and that unmistakable attitude that tells you it's not just another car, it's a Mustang. When Ford unveiled it in 2005, it was like they reached into the past and pulled the best parts of the 60s fastbacks into the modern era. The long hood, the wide stance, the aggressive front grille, it looked mean in all the right ways, but it wasn't just about looks. The GT came packing a 4.6-liter V8, and when you stepped on the gas, it let you feel every bit of it. Then, in 2011, Ford took things even further. They brought back the legendary 5.0, and suddenly the Mustang was pushing 4 to 12 horsepower, more power, better handling, and that deep, throaty exhaust note that made the hairs on my arms stand up. That's when I knew the Mustang was truly back. What I love most about this generation is that it bridges the gap between classic and modern muscle. It's raw and powerful, but it's also refined enough to be an everyday driver. Whether you're cruising down the highway or letting that V8 roar on an open stretch of road, it never stops reminding you why American cars are special. Some people dream of owning exotics or high-tech imports, but me. Give me a 5th-gen Mustang with a manual transmission, and I'll be happy for life. It's the kind of car that makes you fall in love with driving every single time you start it up.
In 2005, Ford introduced the 5th-generation Mustang, embracing a bold, retro-inspired design. Built on the all-new D2C platform, this Mustang paid homage to the classic late 60s models with its long hood, short rear deck, and aggressive stance. It was a dramatic shift from the previous generation, reigniting enthusiasm for the pony car. The redesign brought the Mustang back to its roots while incorporating modern engineering and technology. The base model featured a 4.0-liter V6 producing 210 horsepower, while the GT packed a 4.6-liter V8 with 300 horsepower. With a new chassis and improved suspension, this generation offered better handling and ride quality. Mustang fans welcomed the return of raw American muscle in a modern package, and sales soared. The car's aggressive styling and powerful engines made it an instant classic, helping Ford maintain dominance in the muscle car market. In 2007, Ford revived the Shelby GT500, featuring a supercharged 5.4-liter V8 producing 500 horsepower. This marked the return of legendary Mustang performance, bringing back the power and prestige of the Shelby name. Special editions like the GT500 KR and Super Snake pushed performance even further, solidifying the 5th-gen Mustang as a true muscle car powerhouse. The Shelby models became instant collectibles, embodying the spirit of high-performance Mustangs. In 2010, the Mustang received a significant facelift, featuring sharper lines, updated lighting, and a more refined interior. More importantly, Ford introduced a new lineup of engines in 2011. The base model now had a 305 horsepower 3.7-liter V6, while the GT received the all-new 5.0-liter Coyote V8, producing 412 horsepower. This update breathed new life into the Mustang, delivering better performance and efficiency than ever before. One of the most exciting releases of this era was the return of the Boss 302 in 2012. Inspired by the original 1969 model, this track-ready Mustang featured a high-revving 444 horsepower 5.0-liter V8, upgraded suspension, and aggressive styling. The Boss 302 was widely praised for its handling and power, proving that the Mustang could compete with modern sports cars on and off the track. By 2014, the 5th-generation Mustang was nearing the end of its run. While it had successfully revived the brand's heritage, Ford was preparing for the next evolution. With the introduction of the independent rear suspension in the upcoming 6th generation, the Mustang was about to enter a new era of performance. The 5th-gen Mustang remains a fan favorite, blending retro styling with modern muscle to create one of the most beloved Mustangs of all time.
Want to help?
Hey. Hey, I'm Olivia. Aiden. Nice to meet you. So, what are you doing?
Olivia! Hey! It's done! Take care of her for me.
Where's the Mustang?
I sold it.
What? But you love that car.
Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, yes! Happy anniversary. I thought you could use a new hobby.
This is awesome.
So many great memories with this beauty. Huh.
This machine is in perfect condition.
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised to see you put it up on the market.
Man. You know what? Here. Before I change my mind. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on. You know, sometimes I think this dog loves this car more than me. Come on, boy. Come on.
Hey, thanks again.
Yeah. Get it, boy. Really, dude? Really?
Hey, boy. Hey, boy.
You gonna be grumpy all afternoon? Come on. Come on, boy. Come on.
I still remember the look on my son's face the day he brought it home. The biggest, proudest grin I'd ever seen. He had been talking about Mustangs since he was 10, covering his bedroom walls with posters, watching every car video he could find, and counting down the days until he could get one of his own. And at 20 years old, after years of saving every extra dollar, he finally did it. It was a 2015 Ford Mustang, bright red with black rims. He pulled into the driveway, the low rumble of the engine filling the air, and before the car had even fully stopped, he was jumping out. "Mom!" he shouted, his voice full of excitement. "Come check this out!" I walked up, laughing as he practically danced around the car, pointing out every little detail. "It's got the 5.0 Coyote V8, he said proudly. 435 horsepower. And look at this, leather seats, touchscreen, everything I wanted." I ran my hand over the hood, smiling at him. "You really did it," I said. "You worked so hard for this." And he had. He took every extra shift he could at the auto shop, skipped nights out with friends to save money, and spent hours researching the perfect deal. When most kids his age were financing cars they couldn't afford, he walked into that dealership with a hefty down payment and the confidence of someone who had truly earned it. That first night, he insisted on taking me for a ride. As we cruised down the road, windows down, the engine purring beneath us, I looked over at him. My little boy, all grown up, living his dream. "Worth the wait?" I asked. He grinned, pressing the gas just enough to make the engine growl. Every single second.
In 2015, Ford introduced the 6th generation Mustang, marking a major leap forward for the legendary pony car. Built on the all-new S550 platform, this Mustang was designed to compete on a global scale. It featured a sleeker, more aerodynamic body while retaining the aggressive stance that made it iconic. Most notably, it introduced an independent rear suspension, drastically improving handling and ride quality. This was a Mustang built for both performance and refinement. The 6th generation Mustang offered a range of engine options. The base model came with a turbocharged 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder, producing 310 horsepower, providing an efficient yet powerful alternative. The GT featured the beloved 5.0L Coyote V8, making 435 horsepower in early models. A 3.7-liter V6 was also available initially, but was later phased out. With improved power and efficiency, this Mustang balanced modern engineering with classic muscle car thrills. In 2016, Ford reintroduced the legendary Shelby GT350. Powered by a naturally aspirated 5.2-liter flat-plane crank V8, known as the Voodoo engine, it delivered an exhilarating 526 horsepower. With a high-revving design, track-tuned suspension, and aggressive aerodynamics, the GT350 was built for performance enthusiasts. The GT350R took it even further, shedding weight and adding carbon fiber wheels, making it one of the most track-capable Mustangs ever built. In 2018, the Mustang received a significant update, featuring a more aggressive front fascia, new digital gauges, and revised performance tuning. The 5.0-liter Coyote V8 was upgraded to 460 horsepower, while the EcoBoost model received additional refinements. Ford also introduced the 10-speed automatic transmission, providing quicker shifts and improved efficiency. With these updates, the Mustang continued to push forward while staying true to its roots. In 2021, Ford revived the Mach 1 nameplate, offering a high-performance variant that bridged the gap between the GT and the Shelby models. With 480 horsepower, track-focused suspension, and unique styling, the Mach 1 paid tribute to its heritage while delivering modern performance. It was a celebration of Mustang history, blending power and precision in a package designed for both street and track. By 2023, the 6th generation Mustang was preparing for its successor. This generation successfully modernized the Mustang for a new era, blending performance, technology, and global appeal. It proved that the Mustang could evolve without losing its soul. As Ford prepared to launch the 7th generation Mustang, the S550 left behind a legacy of innovation, speed, and undeniable muscle car presence.
I've worked on a lot of cars over the years, but the 7th generation Mustang? That one's something special. When Ford unveiled it, I was skeptical, wondering if they'd soften it up, make it too high-tech, take away the raw muscle car feel. But the moment I got my hands on one, I knew Ford hadn't forgotten what makes a Mustang a Mustang. First off, the engine options. Ford kept the 5.0-liter Coyote V8 alive, and thank God for that. 486 horsepower, naturally aspirated, and paired with a proper 6-speed manual? That's the kind of thing that keeps car guys like me happy. And then there's the Dark Horse. 500 horsepower right from the factory, built for the track, with a Tremec manual transmission that shifts like a dream. Then there's the tech. I'll admit I was a little hesitant about the fully digital cockpit at first, but once you see that thing light up, it's hard not to be impressed. The customizable gauge cluster, the massive touchscreen. It's modern without feeling like it takes away from the driving experience. And Ford even lets you switch to a Fox body-inspired gauge layout. That's just cool. And let's talk about handling. The independent rear suspension, the wider stance, the improved chassis. It all comes together to make this thing stick to the road like never before. The MagneRide suspension in the Dark Horse? That's race car level precision right there. Look, I love the classics, but the 7th gen Mustang is proof that you can blend modern technology with old school muscle and still get it right. It's aggressive, powerful, and built for people who love to drive. Ford knocked it out of the park with this one.
The 2024 Ford Mustang Dark Horse is the first of its kind. It's track-focused and based on the redesigned V8-powered GT. The Dark Horse has an enhanced Coyote 5.0-liter V8, targeting 500 horsepower and pairing with a Tremec 6-speed manual or Ford's 10-speed automatic. Along with distinct styling and myriad standard performance features, the Dark Horse is the only Mustang that has optional carbon fiber wheels and Pirelli P0 Trofeo RS tires. Inside, the Dark Horse benefits from the same redesigned, tech-centric cabin that debuted on other 2024 Mustangs. That means a digitized dashboard that combines a 12.4-inch digital gauge cluster and a 13.2-inch touchscreen. The latter features the latest Sync 4 interface that has been reskinned specifically for the Mustang, and it also accepts over-the-air updates.
September 2022, Ford unveiled the 7th generation Mustang, known internally as the S650, at the North American International Auto Show during a special event called the Stampede. This new iteration aimed to blend the classic Mustang heritage with modern advancements, appealing to both long-time enthusiasts and new drivers. The S650 Mustang retained the iconic fastback silhouette but introduced a more aggressive front fascia and refined aerodynamics. A significant engineering advancement was the adoption of an independent rear suspension, enhancing handling and ride comfort. This generation continued to be assembled at Ford's Flat Rock assembly plant in Michigan. At launch, the 7th generation Mustang offered multiple engine choices. The base model featured a redesigned 2.3-liter EcoBoost turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, delivering 315 horsepower. For those seeking more power, the GT variant came equipped with a revised 5.0-liter Coyote V8 engine, producing 486 horsepower. Transmission options included a 10-speed automatic and a 6-speed manual for the GT, catering to diverse driving preferences. A notable addition to this generation was the Dark Horse model, designed to bridge the gap between the standard GT and the high-performance Shelby variants. The Dark Horse featured a specially tuned 5.0-liter V8 engine, offering 500 horsepower, and came with performance upgrades, such as a Tremec 6-speed manual transmission and enhanced suspension components. This model targeted enthusiasts seeking a track-capable vehicle straight from the factory. The 7th generation Mustang embraced modern technology with a fully digital cockpit, including customizable displays and advanced driver assistance systems. These features aim to enhance both the driving experience and safety, ensuring the Mustang remained competitive in the evolving automotive landscape. Despite its advancements, the 7th generation Mustang faced challenges in the market. Reports indicated that sales numbers were lower than anticipated, with discussions pointing to factors such as economic conditions and pricing strategies affecting consumer demand. The 7th generation Mustang represents Ford's commitment to evolving the iconic pony car by blending classic design elements with modern performance and technology. While facing market challenges, it continues to uphold the Mustang legacy, offering enthusiasts a vehicle that honors its heritage while embracing contemporary advancement.
Sent to the principal's office, but it wasn't my fault.
Every electric vehicle feels quick.
Go let off some steam?
Sure.
In unbridled mode, this is a different kind of quick. We take our Mustang Mach-E everywhere. We charge up at home, or take advantage of the largest public charging network in North America. This is the kind of EV we want, the kind of Mustang we want.
Why did the kid eat his math homework? I don't know. Because the teacher said it was a piece of cake.
We move fast, and the Mustang Mach-E keeps up.
Take me to the nearest driving range.
We all need our me time, but that tends to not last very long.
Not to mention, we're all capitating tonight.
There's 2 trunks, one in the back and one in the front.
You want to play basketball?
It's gonna be late.
We gotta go.
This is the kind of EV we want.
You do know that there are cameras like everywhere, right?
It's habit.
The kind of Mustang we want.
I wasn't sure what to expect when I walked into the Ford dealership that afternoon. I've driven Mustangs my whole life. Classic 67s, Fox bodies, even the modern 5.0 Coyote. But this, an electric Mustang, it felt like sacrilege. Still, curiosity got the best of me, so I signed the paperwork and slid into the driver's seat of a brand new Mustang Mach-E. The first thing I noticed was the silence. No rumble, no growl, just the soft chime of the startup sound. The massive touchscreen lit up, and the futuristic cockpit made me feel like I was piloting a spaceship instead of a Mustang. The salesman chuckled as he saw my hesitation. "Give it a chance," he said. "Press the pedal." So I did. Instantly, the Mach-E lunged forward with a force I wasn't ready for. No gear shifts, no delay, just instant torque slamming me back into the seat. It wasn't the guttural roar of a V8, but the rush of speed. Oh, it was there. I laughed out loud. "All right," I admitted. "This thing moves." Out on the highway, I tested the different drive modes. Whisper mode made it eerily smooth, almost too calm. But unbridled mode? That's where it woke up. The throttle response sharpened. The artificial engine sounds kicked in through the speakers, and suddenly, it felt more like a Mustang than I ever expected. As I pulled back into the dealership, I sat there for a moment, hands still gripping the wheel. This wasn't the Mustang I grew up with, but it wasn't trying to be. It was something different, something new. And for the first time, I wasn't mad about it. Would I trade my gas-powered Mustang for one? Probably not. But would I drive it again? Absolutely. The Mustang Mach-E had earned my respect.
In 2019, Ford shocked the automotive world by introducing the Mustang Mach-E, an all-electric SUV bearing the iconic Mustang name. This was the first time the Mustang badge had been applied to a vehicle that wasn't a two-door sports car. Designed to blend Mustang performance with electric efficiency, the Mach-E represented Ford's commitment to the future of mobility while sparking debate among enthusiasts about what defines a Mustang. The Mach-E's design took clear inspiration from the traditional Mustang, featuring a long hood, aggressive headlights, and tri-bar taillights. However, as an SUV, it departed from the classic pony car shape. With a sloping coupe-like roofline and a wide stance, the Mach-E aimed to combine muscle car styling with modern EV aerodynamics. Its lack of a traditional grille and flush door handles further emphasized its futuristic nature. Ford offered the Mach-E with multiple powertrain options, catering to a range of drivers. The base model featured a single electric motor producing 266 horsepower, while dual-motor all-wheel drive variants pushed output beyond 300 horsepower. The high-performance Mach-E GT boasted up to 480 horsepower and could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 3.5 seconds, proving that electric Mustangs could deliver serious speed. The Mach-E came with two battery options, a standard range 70 kilowatt battery and an extended range 91 kilowatt version. Depending on configuration, the Mach-E could achieve between 224 and 312 miles of range per charge. Ford's integration of fast-charging technology allowed the Mach-E to regain up to 80% of its charge in under 45 minutes, making it competitive with other electric SUVs on the market. Despite its impressive performance and technology, the Mach-E faced criticism from Mustang purists who felt an electric SUV didn't belong in the Mustang family. However, its success in sales and positive reception from new buyers showed that Ford had tapped into a growing market. By 2023, the Mach-E had helped Ford establish itself as a serious contender in the EV space, expanding the Mustang name into the electric future. The Mustang Mach-E remains a bold experiment in blending tradition with innovation. As Ford continues to develop electric performance vehicles, the Mach-E serves as a bridge between the muscle car legacy and the evolving world of electric mobility. Whether embraced as a true Mustang or seen as an outlier, it has undeniably made history as a groundbreaking addition to the Mustang family.
should have seen this coming. An icon. Built for freedom. The open road. Power. And rebellion. Just when you think you know where they're going, they do something unexpected. Something that moves us all forward and holds nothing back. The all-electric Mustang Mach-E. An SUV with the heart of a Mustang.
My go.
We could tell you electric finally has some muscle, or that the thrill of the drive will leave a smile on your face, and that SUV sensible meets untamed Mustang wild. But you won't believe it until you drive it. Mustang Mach-E.
Pit crews have been revered as the most swift, precise way to keep a race car up to speed. However, with the advancement of technology, is it possible there's a better way to enhance the capabilities of a vehicle?
Mustang, time for update.
All right, coming in.
Get ready in 5, 4, 3. Mustang coming in. Mustang, Mach-E over-the-air software update initiated. Mustang, Mach-E over-the-air software update complete. Mustang stock car, good to go. Go, go, go!
Range anxiety is a common fear that an electric vehicle will run out of battery before a destination is reached. It exists because the measurement for distance is hard to visualize for the average human. But what if we could change that?
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lost rocket feed at 7,000 feet. Mustang Mach-E still on the move. Cut to satellite feed.